Um, I discourage eating of other people, whether or not they're using my fangs. It's a yucky practice. You don't know where the other person's been most of the time. And as far as getting something from the donor, the feeder, I guess they commonly agree that the mouth is dirtier than the anus. So I don't know if you would really want to be putting your mouth on somebody's open wound. So whether or not you're wearing fangs, I don't think people should be doing it. That's just my, to each their own.
I personally do not recommend that. The mouth contains a lot of bacteria. Some be it good, some be it bad, because your body naturally has pH that reacts with bacteria just to kind of stay healthy. But biting into flesh or creating an open wound could potentially lead to, infectious disease transfer through the teeth. So if you're going from partner to partner, there's no real way to sanitize that at all, aside from, soaking them in Listerine or alcohol or anything like that, which, can work. But I mean, there's no way to effectively sanitize them. So I would not recommend it.
Well, like I said, I don't recommend it. I've had clients who of course, ask for needle sharp fangs, and I would frown and then ask them why, and they can hurt themselves, hurt the client, obviously, or break the fangs. I mean, it's acrylic, so no, I don't recommend it. I mean, I'm not a sanguinier or whatever those guys are called, so I don't know much about drinking from donors, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
I really don't recommend it, not just because of the chances of infection, but also you can, if you're startled while feeding or something, you can run the possibility of one of your fangs snagging on the incision mark and then possibly causing skin tissue damage by tearing. A lot of us do make our fangs really thin just for them to be more natural looking and the comfortability for our clients. And there's some of us that actually make our fangs really, really thick and can actually really puncture skin without any help from anything, but you're increasing the possibility of getting like shrapnel from the acrylic fangs in your wound too. Playful nibbling is all right, like if you're trying to like flirt with your significant other or whatever you're into, but forceful biting, like trying to like assault somebody, it's not really recommended, because not just you physically assaulting somebody, but you're looking at the possibility of your fangs shattering as you're putting all that muscle down onto that tiny little piece of acrylic.
As far as people biting each other, this again strikes me as utterly insane. Acrylic fangs that I make are intentionally blunted so they cannot cause injury or damage to the wearer or others. Biting someone's skin can cause a host of serious infections and transmittal of airborne or saliva-borne bacteria. If anyone asks me, tells me that they want to play some type of blood games, they immediately, they've immediately lost any chance of me making any kind of teeth for them. I absolutely will not make teeth for people that want to do that type of thing.
Personally, I'm all for what consenting adults do in their own time. As a fangsmith, I recognize that feeding is a part of the vampire community, as long as it's consensual, that the person being fed upon is deriving as much pleasure as the person who's doing the feeding. What people do in their privacy of their own homes is really their business, as long as they're respectful to one another. And that's where I draw the line.